Lucky Kazungu. Yes, who will be presenting for us sustainable wood farming.
Habari zenu. Jina langu naitwa Lucky, natoka gatuzi dogo la Ganze ambalo linafahamika sana kwa ukame. Na I'm here today to share with you guys on Jina langu naitwa Lucky Kazungu. Mimi ni mwana mazingira na pia ni mkulima. And basically I'll share a story before I decided to embark on sustainable goat farming. I'm coming from Ganze sub-county in Kilifi County. That's one of the ASAL areas, and it has been known for being severely hit by prolonged droughts, like the drought in 2011, 2014 that maybe made Kenyans to contribute. If you remember the Kenyan for Kenyans initiative, Ganze sub-county was hit very hard and we lost a lot of animals, that is the cows, but goats were at least resilient and we didn't manage to maybe lose a lot of them. So it was just an alternative for now as a relief for those people who were severely affected. So for the drought, it has been really ravaging our sub-county, leading to crop failure, and also with the effects of climate change, there has been the El Ninos that has led to crop failure. Like here mwaka jana, kuna wengine hawakuweza kuvuna mahindi kwa sababu it was raining continuously and they couldn't get time to weed. So what next after this? Okay. So as I was looking for the options, many of the community members around Ganze sub-county depend solely on rain-fed agriculture. So with the current effects of climate change, it has made rain-fed agriculture to fail, and many communities have lost their livelihoods. So what next if these communities have lost their livelihoods? So with that, I came now to starting yes. So this one of the farms that was hit hard last year by the El Ninos because it was raining continuously and people couldn't get time or a chance to go and do some weeding. And also those lands that maybe were flat, they were flooding. So for crops, they couldn't survive in the flooding or flooded areas. So this is just a part of the effects of the last year's El Ninos. So what next? So now went to goat farming, and talking this from experience, I started my farm with one goat. And this is courtesy of so I started the project with one goat, and this is courtesy of inspiration from my relatives, because in our sub-county or our home, almost all households have at least 3 goats. So with that, you can just feel like this is something that you can start with and build it up and scale up to a big project. So goat farming is a good alternative for the what is an innovative opportunity for rain-fed agriculture, because number one, goats are resilient to both drought and floods, because during the rain seasons there's plenty of food, that is grasses, so they'll feed on the grasses, and during the dry seasons they'll feed on shrubs or the leaves from the trees. So this makes them now to be resilient in case the rains fail or excess rains. Also, the goats provide manure that can be used now to facilitate overgrowth of fodder in the field, and then also it requires a small capital to start. Like for the local breed of goats, in our sub-county, one retails at around 3,000, and the most expensive one goes for 7,000. So that is something that it doesn't matter how much you can make, but if you want to start a goat farm, you can start with 1, 2, 3, or even 7, depending with your vision. So with the as I've shared, most of the households have at least 3 goats. This makes it now possible for youths to emulate those or their parents or their relatives now to start these projects. So unlike crop farming that maybe makes you to maybe clear land so that you can farm, which is sometimes can lead to climate change because of loss of vegetation. In goat farming, you don't have to clear the land because with that you'll have food for your goats. Also, with the goats, the other breeds of goats like the Galap goat, which produce milk, which are rated as one of the most nutritious milk that are currently available, and with them you can use to reduce cases of malnutrition in our areas or in the areas that you're coming from. And then in our sub-county, that is Ganze, with availability of large tracts of land, most of the lands in our sub-county is communal land. So this makes now, provided that you're coming from the community and you have an initiative that will not interfere with the maybe clearing the land, you are allowed to implement that, and with that then you can make profit from the initiative. And then also the goats, they can help in rangeland management, and with this helps us in controlling weeds and also other vegetation maybe that may be a nuisance in the land. Also, goats have a high compounding rate or reproductive rate. With crossbreeding, from experience, I've realized that some goats have capabilities of producing twins, and on a normal rate, usually goats produce twice a year, but with crossbreeding, you can be lucky to have 3 times of new kids in your farm. And if the kids are maybe you're lucky to have twin births or triplets, then that means you'll have at least 9 new individuals in your farm if you start from January. So this is one case of the twin births. And this is some of the goats when they were few, because currently I started this initiative in 2017 with 1 goat. And I bought the goat from money I earned. I worked as an IEBC clerk.
Wow.
So we were paid $8,000 at that time, and I used 3,000 to buy 1 goat. The other one I spent it. Also, another advantage of goat farming is that you can use either you can do tethering, zero grazing, or free range. So you are not limited to any form, depending on the availability of or the space that you have. So when the herd was small, I was using tethering as a mode of feeding them. So currently, this was before the rains last year in June, and so the other magic about goats is that they are very healthy during dry seasons, because during the dry seasons they are not usually prone to diseases because they feed on the leaves or leaves of shrubs, and usually most of the leaves of shrubs around the areas have medicinal values. So with that, it makes them now to be resistant or have natural antibiotics, and making them now to not be affected by diseases. And then this one is the photo that I took recently with the end of the dinner rains last year. there is a lot of food, but then it comes with a big problem of diseases. So this is a traditional shed or pen for the goats. So on scaling up from one goat, I will go to 98. And that is because for last year I sold about 50. Yes. So for this year, my target is to get to 70. And it's possible because I tried crossbreeding at the beginning of last year. And with the crossbreeding advantages that I had 2 female goats that were capable of producing twins consecutively 3 times a year. So that boosted my my farm, and with that, the current number goes to 96. So for this year, still have 1 bag. That is a Ghana breed that was on trial, and with that, I'm expecting by the end of the year it will have produced about 50 or more than that, because with that, I'm sure there are more female goats that are capable of producing twins or triplet bags. So with why am I choosing the Ghana goats? Because the Ghana goats are, number one, they're resilient, and also they fetch higher prices compared to our local breeds. Because for the local breeds, as I shared earlier, they cost they retail at maybe 3,000 and a maximum of 7,000. But with the Ghana goat or breed, one goes for 15,000 to 20,000. So if you have 50 and they're ready for the market, then you got. So this is my budget for the scaling up plan. So currently my plan is to have 4 male goats before mid of the year and 4 female ones. This is because with the 96 that are currently in the farm, 1 bag or 1 male goat can service at least 20 to 25 during the reproductive age. So now to be able to maximize and to ensure all the female are serviced properly, I'll have to get now a good number, that is 4, to ensure all these, until they get to the reproductive age, then they'll be hit on spot and have more kids and more many goats. So and then another thing is that my plan is from the 4 goats, I'll take 1 now that will be moving around my neighbors to service their goats, so that I can improve the breed, because you can't be successful alone. Yeah. So I just want now my neighbors also to get this knowledge and improve also their breed. For the Ghana goats, they have various advantages, which are, as I shared earlier, have high abilities of gaining weight. So for 1 year you can have at least 70 kgs, and for 2 years then it will be good for now to sell them. Then also for the Ghana goats, they have probabilities of producing high amount of milk that now can be used for consumption and help in reducing cases of malnutrition. And also they're more resistant to diseases, and they're docile and easy to handle. Then another scaling up plan is to construct a modern goat structure. This is because with the traditional goat structure, it has shown that it raises the risks of complications of diseases. So I'm now in efforts to reduce the cases of diseases, of to construct a modern structure to ensure my goats are safe from the El Nino rains, because sometimes our traditional structures are usually on the ground. So in case of flash floods, all your goats might be swept. But the modern structures, it will be raised, so the goats will be safe from flash floods and also for the diseases. So that is the budget for constructing the modern structure. That is need the chain link, nails, barbed wire, posts, poles, cement and sand, timber, ballast, iron sheets, and roofing nails. And then we'll have some transport is required to move the materials to the site, a wheelbarrow and a shovel, and then get things set up. So for maintenance, currently I'm blessed to have 2 people who are helping me, and these are people. One is on a permanent, that is on a contractual. The other one comes in times when there is need. So I have a farm manager who is caring for all these goats to ensure they are taken to the field for feeding, and also taken to the water grounds for water, and also to report any cases of unhealthy goats. And then from there, I'll have a vet officer whom I usually in contact with to ensure he gets to the farm to administer or to save any sick animals. So that is the budget for the farm manager and also for the veterinary service, because with the budget for the farm manager, I pay him 12,000 a month. Then also there's already a purchase of this knapsack sprayer to control external pests. Then we have the medicines, have the veterinary services that usually visit the farm 4 times a year, and for every visit he charges 5,000. Then the other things. So that is the cumulative budget for the scaling up, modern structure, and then farm management and veterinary services. The future plans. Currently, the farm has 96 local breeds, and I'm having a target of getting to 200 by the end of the year. And with the 200, then you can guess where I'll have the 50% or the 70% for this year. Then expect with the farm, I've been educating youths online. I have a YouTube channel where I've been sharing good goat farming practices, and also to create awareness on sustainable livelihoods. So on YouTube currently I have 450 followers, so who are getting this information, and I'm happy to share that I have 3 students who, courtesy of my trainings on YouTube, have started their farms in different parts of Kenya. That is one in Nyeri, and currently he has 150 goats, because in Nyeri there's a place he has the communal land. So with that idea of now, with the availability of these communal lands, what are we taking advantage of? What can we do with these communal lands? So with that, I have these students currently I'm in touch with to ensure that they succeed in their venture. And then also at home, I have some ambassadors who have been trying to train them on sustainable goat farming, and also shared with them now to educate the others so that they can have more ambassadors and will have more impact. Then with the construction of the modern structure, my plan is now to convert it to an educational center where people can come and learn on sustainable goat farming. So that is the target for selling 70 bags, and with that, since it's the local breed, one goes for 6,000, then the cumulative amount expected for the year is 420,000. So that is the target. Then to increase the training and replace births by crossbreeding between our local breed, that the small East African goats, and the Galap goats to improve breed. Also to equip the farm manager with more veterinary knowledge or animal health knowledge. Then currently I've been depending on orders from people, but with the expansion of the target for this year, I'm opting to start now for a Nyama Choma site, whereby I'll be supplying this Nyama Choma site with goats from my farm, and that will have created an opportunity for another person now to take charge and reduce the cases of unemployment. So for sustainability, target is to plow back 15% of the sales for the year, and that will increase the number of nans and also the bags, that is the male goats and the female goats, to improve breed. And this will also ensure we have quality and highly profitable animals from the farm. Also for the sales, I've been doing sales all through the year, depending with the demand, because with the marketing, I can say I'm a bit good with that. So I'm getting customers from my online sites. So sharing the information about the availability of these goats makes them now come for them. And since they get good services, they have been recommending their friends to the farm. So this has now made me now to run out of not be able to sustain the market demand. Because for the year, I had intended to sell 50 from January to December, but all the 50 were gone by October. So for December, people were asking for the goats, but there was nothing to sell. Yeah. Then to control pests and diseases, I have a plan of a timely vaccination of goats that will at least twice a year. And with our in our area, the common diseases for goats that have been really a problem is the contagious caprine pleural pneumonia and goat pox, which has really been a nightmare to me, because for like October or for the beginning of the El Nino rains, with the increase of fodder, this disease has become a nuisance, and I lost about 15 new kids. So for sustainability now, want to reduce that to ensure that all the kids that are born in the farm get to maturity. So you can get me on YouTube. I've been sharing about sustainable goat farming practices and also environmental conservation practices at Lucky_Kazungu. Thank you.